So somebody asked if they have their birth time within like an hour or so. Is that good? And like, what can I do with that? And the rising sign actually only changes about once every 2 hours. So you can probably figure out what your rising sign is if you have the birth time within an hour, like for sure, if you have it within an hour. And possibly if you have it within a couple hours, or you know generally like what time of day you were born. It's possible the rising sign was like, so if you have it within an hour, it's possible the rising sign was changing within that hour. But in that case, if you're picking between two different ones, that can often be a bit easier because, like for instance, I'm Sag rising, my sister's Capricorn rising, but her rising time puts her right at like 0 degrees Capricorn, so it was a little bit like she could have easily been a Sag rising if the birth time was off by a couple of minutes. But knowing both of us, like it's pretty obvious that she's the Cap rising and I'm the Sag rising, right? So it can often be very easy to figure out if you have your birth time within an hour. Just keep in mind that your the exact degree of your rising sign, as well as your midheaven, your IC, and your descendant, which are for like the 4 kind of major points of your chart based on your birth time, are going to be a little bit off. But in general, I wouldn't worry too much about that because I'm not one of those astrologers that thinks that planets have to be like really, really close for them to have an impact. I think they start having an impact on us, especially psychologically, once they're even within the sign of your rising sign. Like say you're having a Pluto conjunct your ascendant transit. A lot of people say Pluto is not going to have an effect on you unless it's like really close to your rising sign or whatever else it's conjuncting. But I don't tend to agree with that based on my experience. So anyway, hopefully this is helpful. So yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. If your birth time is off by a little bit, you can get most of the information that you would need to get from your birth chart based on a close birth time, especially if you're using whole sign houses, which is like a whole different topic. But if you know what I'm talking about and you're not sure whole sign or Placidus and you don't really know your birth time, maybe go with whole sign just because it'll be easier for you. So hopefully that helps.